Welcome back to part 4 of our series on the 100 scientific discoveries that built the modern exam syllabus. In this episode, we explore the digital revolution that put supercomputers into our pockets, the materials that define nanotechnology, and the earth and medical discoveries that protected global civilization. Let us jump right into discovery number 61. Chapter 6, The Digital and Materials Age. Let us bring it back down to something you are holding in your hand right now, quite literally, your phone. 61. John Bardeen, Walter Brattain, and William Shockley invented the transistor in 1947, a tiny switch that could amplify or control electrical signals. It replaced bulky vacuum tubes and is the foundation of every modern electronic device. 62. Jack Kilby and Robert Noyce independently developed the integrated circuit in 1958 and 59, packing multiple transistors onto a single chip. This is literally why computers shrank from room-sized machines to the phone in your pocket. 63. Tim Berners-Lee invented the World Wide Web in 1989, the system of linked pages that turned the internet from a research tool into something the entire world could use. 64. The Internet itself traces back to ARPANET in 1969, a United States Defense Research Network connecting just 4 computers, which eventually grew into the global Internet. 65. Alan Turing proposed the Turing test in 1950, a way to judge whether a machine's responses were indistinguishable from a human's. It remains the founding thought experiment of artificial intelligence. 66. Theodore Maiman built the first working laser in 1960, a device that produces a tight, coherent beam of light now used in everything from eye surgery to barcode scanners. 67. Heike Kamerlingh Onnes discovered superconductivity in 1911, the phenomenon where certain materials lose all electrical resistance when cooled to extremely low temperatures. 68. George Bednorz and Carl Müller found high-temperature superconductors in 1986, materials that superconduct at temperatures far warmer than anyone thought possible, reviving interest in the field overnight. 69. Andrei Geim and Konstantin Novoselov isolated graphene in 2004, a single layer of carbon atoms that is stronger than steel and conducts electricity better than copper, essentially by pulling it off a block of graphite using sticky tape. 70. Richard Feynman first outlined the concept of nanotechnology in a 1959 lecture called There's Plenty of Room at the Bottom, imagining machines built atom by atom, decades before the technology existed to actually do it. That is our tour through wires and chips. Now, let us come back down to the ground we actually stand on. Chapter 7, Earth, Climate and the Machinery of Life. 71. Alfred Wegener proposed continental drift in 1912, the idea that continents were once joined together and have slowly drifted apart. He was mocked for decades before plate tectonics proved him right. 72. Joseph Farman, Brian Gardner, and Jonathan Shanklin discovered the ozone hole over Antarctica in 1985, a finding that directly led to the Montreal Protocol, one of the most successful international environmental treaties ever signed. 73. Melvin Calvin worked out the Calvin cycle in the 1950s, the exact chemical steps by which plants convert carbon dioxide into sugar during photosynthesis. 74. Matthew Meselson and Franklin Stahl proved in 1958 that DNA replicates semi-conservatively, meaning each new DNA molecule keeps one original strand and builds one new strand, confirming what Watson and Crick had only theorized. 75. Building on decades of earlier research by scientists like Cattell and Carrico, mRNA vaccine technology was deployed at global scale in 2020 during the COVID-19 pandemic, teaching cells to build a harmless piece of the virus so the immune system learns to fight it. 76. Antiretroviral therapy for HIV, developed through the 1990s, turned what was once a near-certain death sentence into a manageable chronic condition for millions of people. 77. Ronald Ross discovered in 1897 that mosquitoes transmit malaria, research he largely conducted in India, and it won him a Nobel Prize. 78. Robert Koch identified the bacterium that causes cholera in 1883, part of his broader work establishing that specific germs cause specific diseases. 79. James Lind ran what is considered one of the first controlled clinical trials in 1747, proving that citrus fruit cured scurvy among sailors, decades before anyone understood what vitamin C actually was. 80. Anesthesia was pioneered in the 1840s by several researchers including William Morton and Crawford Long, making painless surgery possible for the first time in human history. That completes Part 4, Discoveries 61 through 80. In our grand finale, Part 5, we explore heart transplants, test tube babies, ISRO's Mangalyaan and Chandrayaan missions, antimatter, the Standard Model, and Google's quantum supremacy breakthrough. Subscribe and click the bell icon so you don't miss the grand finale.